guys, welcome back to my channel. So I quit sugar for 45 days and, spoiler alert, I did not expect what happened next. I thought this was all about cutting sweets, but it actually turned out into something way bigger. Like I had to face some truth about myself, my behavior, my habits, and most importantly, my mindset. And I want to share all of that today with you. But before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. So I had a problem with control. You know, if I saw a chocolate bar, I was instantly thinking that I need to eat it all. Not just a single piece of it, not even two pieces, all of it. And the same applied to cakes and cookies, like the whole pack would be gone in a second. If I had something in my house, I would instantly want to eat it. And I also developed that habit when I was eating sweet after every single meal, which I actually inherited from my ex-boyfriend. And the thing is, at some point I realized that I'm not even enjoying my main meal. The only thing I'm thinking is that, oh my God, soon this will end and I would actually eat something good, like something sweet. And I also noticed that sugar was messing with my appetite because I was not feeling like clear sort of appetite, you know, that strong feeling. Every time I would eat sugar, it would sort of numb that feeling away. I would still crave food, but something like, you know, sweet again or something like that. So it definitely felt off and not right. I didn't like the way I was feeling, so I had to do something about it. My solution was just to completely quit. Like if I can't control it, I should just cut it off completely, right? Spoiler, wrong. But anyways, what I did, I have just started to avoid sugar completely. I stopped buying it. There was no sugar in my house anymore. I was avoiding anything sweet, any desserts. I was not taking desserts in the restaurants when I would go. Like, basically, I cut it out completely. The only challenge was probably the office, because in the office we always have lots of sweet stuff. But then again, I work mostly from home. I don't go to the office, so that wasn't that big of a deal. And you know what? It was not hard at all, actually. I was surprised. It was not hard. Like, I was not really craving sugar that much. I was not thinking constantly about it. Although when I occasionally saw a cake in the office, for example, I would be like, oh my God, that must be really, really good. But generally, it was not a big problem for me. And you know what? Already after like a couple of weeks, maybe even 1 week, I have noticed improvements. First, my appetite came back and it was better than ever. And the most important thing, I started to crave real food. Like I wasn't thinking about sweet stuff anymore. I was thinking about how I can make a nice meal for myself so that it is tasty and good. And I was not thinking about sugar at all. So I genuinely felt way clearer, like I was not in that constant loop. I definitely was not addicted anymore and constantly thinking about sugar. And again, that felt really, really good. But the biggest change actually came from my mental side. Like, you know, I realized that I had problem with control and I instantly started to work on that. And you know me, of course, I took my journal and I started writing and thinking and diving deep into my brain. So I asked myself several questions. Why do I feel that I can't control this? Why do I want to control it so badly? Where is this even coming from? So this was the biggest transformation actually, and I think the biggest contributor not only to my whole sugar addiction thing, but to my whole life in general, my mindset. So, you know, as I was diving deep into the whole story, I realized that my desire to control things comes actually from my, well, lack of confidence. Not like self-confidence, although that also takes a big part in everything, but the confidence or the feeling of safety sort of around myself, the confidence in the upcoming day. So, you know, back in the day when I had some anxiety attacks, my therapist advised me to think about the things that you can control to not go crazy into that anxiety loop. And while it can be very good advice, you can think about like making a bed, having a nice lunch, la la la. If you don't fix the core problem, like where the anxiety is coming from, it can develop into weird situations. Like in my case, the desire desire to control, over control some particular thing in my life. And every time when I lost control, I was feeling like really, really bad about myself. Because, when we feel unsure, we are looking for the things that we can control. And sometimes we just forget the original reason and we become so fixated on that thing that the purpose is completely gone. So it was not only about sugar. There are other parts in my life where I tend to be over controlling, overthinking it, and every time something goes wrong, I can blame myself. So this is my problem, this is my story, this is how it works for me. I realized that, again, simply by journaling. So guys, if you're still not journaling and you have some issues, I really advise you to journal. It's the greatest exercise. So in the end, I have realized that restriction is not the answer for me, because the sugar itself was not a problem for me. The problem was something different. This is number one. And number two, actually, why restriction did not work is because I switched my mindset. I changed it a little. I was like, okay, it's not about the restriction. It's not about forcing myself to avoid sugar. It's about choosing what's best for me. And I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it definitely works. I tried to explain it the other day to my friend, and it was really hard to explain because I think this is some switcher, like some shift in my brain that just happened. So I was like, okay, I can eat a gigantic pack of chocolate, and that's probably gonna be even tasty, maybe, I don't know. But I'm not sure that it is that good for me, because then I will feel a bit strange in my body, in my stomach, all of these things. I just don't want this anymore. I don't want to be crazy controlling over everything I eat and then over consume and then think like about, oh my God, what has happened? What have I done? So in the end, I think that shift made the biggest difference for me. That together with my mindfulness exercises, where I was just trying to understand the core thing lying beneath all of that controlling thing. So am I still sugar-free? No. But I definitely eat way less sugar and chocolate and sweet stuff. And the greater thing about it is that it's not, again, because I'm forcing myself. It's because I have this, agreement with myself that, okay, I want to feel good. I want to feel nice, and I want to be able to, not sort of be the best version of myself, but to treat myself, to give myself love and care that I deserve. And by giving myself that love and care, I'm creating that environment where I don't need to go crazy controlling things like sugar cravings, because I'm feeling safe with myself. I'm feeling confident in myself that I can survive whatever it is. So this is it. All of that change happened just because I have decided to quit sugar and open my journal. So it is life-changing. And I hope that helps. I hope you found it interesting, but if you have any questions, feel free to slide into my comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And as usual, guys, thank you for staying with me, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope you're having a great and beautiful day. Bye-bye.